Deal with Os Kirkig. Hello from Cork. Sorry I can't be there with you today to share in the ideas and aspirations and indeed the energy of the ISSOTL Conference. A bit like a gadfly, I would like to impose, with your forbearance, on the proceedings of the panel today to set forth a possible theme for the commencement of a genuine dialogue between those present in the room today and indeed those interested parties near and far. The philosopher Jiddu Krishnamurti posed a rhetorical question about education some 40 years ago now. A rhetorical question that was used to frame, or at least in part frame, Miriam Patt's seminal Mapping the Terrain, and one that I believe demands our individual and collective attention still today. What do you consider to be the purpose of education? Is it not to bring about an integrated individual? In revisiting this rhetorical question, I'm wondering whether we can individually and again collectively move beyond possibly an intellectual understanding of its meaning, to really look at it, its meaning and significance, if any, for our teaching praxis. As such, I'm offering it as a possible dialogue theme in the same spirit in which those on the panel and the other contributors to the book engaged with that research. Spirit of suspension of judgment and of shared inquiry and indeed impersonal fellowship. We're together, and hopefully continuing today, the shared language of integrative learning continue to unfold. Our purpose then and our purpose now in the panel today is not to propose a rigid taxonomy of integrative learning and teaching for integrative learning on ourselves or others, but rather to cultivate a kind of a sacred space, if you will, where the kaleidoscopic melody of integrative learning and teaching for integrative learning can continue to emerge. It is within this sacred space that perhaps we as educators can continue to disrupt our embodied and embedded roles, to remain open to the rich canvas of possibilities. I believe that this disruption is of primordial importance if we're not to outsource our ideas on the design and the enactment of our teaching praxis. As we know, institutions don't mysteriously change, irrespective of the great environmental pressures that are imposed on them. Rather, they'll only ever change if there's a fundamental change in ourselves. We must therefore continue to have the courage to learn and unlearn so that we can really support our students on their learning journeys. This, as many of you know, is a daily exercise in vulnerability. A vulnerability that is not necessarily supported by our institutions or indeed perhaps by society at large. Therefore, as experienced in the development and the processing of the book, it is a learning journey that is best shared. Thank you and enjoy the conference.